Hi everyone, today I will guide you through a gentle stretch for your neck and shoulders. So find a comfortable seated position, whether that's cross-legged, whether it's on your mat or sitting up on a block or cushion. And we'll draw the shoulders back and down a couple of times, just rolling out any tension here. Starting to close your eyes. Let's take a big deep breath in through the nose and a big sigh out through your mouth. Starting to feel the movement in your belly and your chest. The movement with every in-breath and out-breath. And slowing down this rhythm by breathing nice and deeply in through the nose. And out through the nose. Starting with a neck stretch here, we'll just drop the chin down towards the chest without letting your shoulders roll forward. Feeling a stretch maybe along the back of the neck already, and it might be enough to just stay right here. We can take gentle sways of your head side to side, starting to feel the stretch towards the sides of your neck. And maybe the movements become a little bit bigger and you tip your head all the way over to one side, bringing the ear towards the shoulder, and then bringing your head back to center, tipping your head to the other side. Try to use just the weight of your head to guide these movements rather than tugging or pulling. And then eventually coming all the way back up through center here. You can blink your eyes open. Now we're going to interlace the fingers behind our back. Try to really squeeze your shoulder blades together, puffing up through the chest. You might squeeze your palms together, just feeling that opening through the chest into your shoulders. You can keep your gaze just forward or start to lift your gaze up, lifting your chin, opening into the front of your neck, into your throat. Just make sure we don't crunch into the back of the neck here. We want to keep the back of the neck quite long. Just show you from the side. Okay, so no crunching here. Try to keep that back of the neck really long, just opening through the front of the neck. And maybe even just press your hands towards your mat, or you start to lift your hands away from your lower back to get a deeper stretch into the chest and shoulders. We're breathing into that whole front line of the body, feeling how the chest and belly expand. And then soften. One more breath. And slowly releasing here. Keep your arms behind you. Just grab opposite wrists, forearms or elbows, wherever you can reach. Make sure we're not sticking those ribs out here. Keep the ribs, the lower belly pulling in, but draw the shoulders back and down away from your ears. So maybe this is enough to get a stretch into the tops of your shoulders here. Otherwise, we're going to work into the neck again and a little bit more into the tops of the shoulders. So still sitting up nice and tall. On the exhale, tip your head over towards your left side. Feeling the stretch along the right side of your neck and noticing how it deepens that pull along the top of your right shoulder. And we're using the weight of the head to guide this movement. So as if with every exhale, your head gets a little bit heavier and it drops a little closer towards your shoulder. One more breath. can bring your head back to center on the inhale, and then on the exhale, tip your head to the other side. Stretching into the left side of your neck, along the top of that left shoulder and arm. Just holding here, one full round of breath. And then coming all the way back to center. And you can release your arms here, give your arms a bit of a shake. Okay, to open a little bit more into the shoulders and the chest, we're finding a cow face arms now. So we're going to bring the right arm up, left arm behind you, bend at your elbows and see if you can grab hold of your fingers behind your back. Now if your shoulders are really tight here, you can either just use your shirt and just grab a hold of your shirt, or you could use a strap or a towel and hold onto that, just grabbing onto either end and starting to walk your fingers towards each other. Then eventually maybe you find you can clasp your hands here like this. So this can be quite strong, especially if you're tight in the shoulders. Just taking it slow. Getting an internal rotation through this left shoulder, so we're stretching into the inside of that left arm, but at the same time we're stretching into the right armpit and right triceps, opening into the chest. Again, make sure those ribs don't flare out, protecting our lower back, engaging your core, and holding here for 5 breaths, trying to really point your top elbow towards the ceiling, or maybe even gently pressing the back of your head into that top arm. One more breath. And then slowly releasing your arms, taking your time to come out. You can give your arms a bit of a wriggle, a bit of a shake. And then we'll come to the other side. So lifting your left arm up this time, right arm behind you, bending those elbows. Maybe you find you can grab hold of your fingers, or maybe it's easier or tighter on the side, just noticing this difference. Using as many props as you need. And then drawing that top elbow back. Staying here for 5 rounds of breath. Maybe pressing the back of your head into that arm to draw a little further back behind you to deepen that stretch. And then slowly release. And give your arms a bit of a shake. So after all that opening through the shoulders, let's find a more closed position here with our eagle arms. So you can start with your arms wide. Bring your left arm underneath the right elbow on top. So if your shoulders are quite tight, maybe you find you just wrap your arms around yourself like this, and this is already enough. Otherwise, you could stack your elbows here and try to wrap your wrists, relaxing your shoulders away from the ears. So experiment here with different positioning of your elbows. You can bring them up, you can draw your elbows a little further down, and noticing how it changes that stretch in your arms, in the shoulders, towards your shoulder blades, that upper back. Maybe there's a particular spot, particular position with your elbows where you're feeling quite tight in the arms, in your upper back, in those shoulders, and you just stay there. And then you can slowly release, give your arms a bit of a shake. And we'll come to the other side. opening those arms wide. This time your right arm underneath, left elbow on top. Again, you might just wrap your arms around yourself and that's it. Or you try to stack those elbows, wrap your wrists, and then experimenting with different positions of the elbows. Just finding that sweet spot, place where you need to stay and hold and breathe into that stretch. Okay, and then slowly release and shake out those arms. Okay, so now we're going to come forward into a child's pose. Just bringing your knees as wide as your mat. Stretching your arms out towards the top of the mat. Big stretch through the arms, through the shoulders, and bringing your head down onto that mat. You can take a couple of rocks here with your head side to side to massage through that third eye. Finding a puppy pose now, bringing your hips over your knees. On your inhale, walk your hands forward, and if your shoulders or your chest is tight, you can just stack your forearms here and rest your head on the arms like a pillow, trying to melt your chest down. Otherwise, if you'd like a little bit more, we're going to keep walking those hands forward. Keep your elbows relaxed on the mat. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. And then again, melting your chest down towards the mat. So we get this nice stretch into those armpits, into the shoulders, into the chest. And if you'd like a little bit more for your neck, for your throat, you can bring your chin onto the mat. But just make sure that feels okay and you can still breathe evenly. If that's too much, you're going to bring your forehead back down to the mat. I'm going to hold here for 10 rounds of breath. Like you can really feel your chest melting a little closer with every exhale. And slowly coming all the way back up by pressing into your palms. Walk your hands back. We're just going to sit the hips down towards the heels, finding a closed-legged child's pose. Bringing your arms beside your legs to release your shoulders, letting them round forward. Or for a little bit more, you can interlace those fingers. Just resting here. In your own time, come all the way back up to a seated position. Bring your hands to prayer. Have full breath to complete our practice. Big breath in. Big sigh out. Namaste.